Hi church, my name is Grace and I'm so happy you joined me for today's devotional. This month we are diving into the Psalms and I'm so excited about that. And today I'm going to be sharing with you Psalm 5. It is a lament psalm written by David, and in this psalm, David is describing the wickedness of the evil people around him. And he's expressing his frustration to God about these people, that they're not following God's ways, that they're sticking with their evil paths and their evil ways. But then along with that, he's also asking God to protect the righteous and to bless the righteous. So I highly encourage you to read this psalm in your own timing because it is so rich. And I don't have time to read the whole thing with you today, but I do want to highlight a few verses that stood out to me. So I'm going to start with verses 1 through 2. I'm reading out of the NIV version. It says, "Listen to my words, Lord. Consider my lament. Hear my cry for help, my King and my God, for to you I pray." I love how he starts with this because we know that God hears us, we know that God listens to us, but there are those times when we feel like we have to beg God to listen to us. He may seem distant, we may feel like he's not really listening or he's not really there, but he is. But there are still those times when we feel like we need to beg him to listen or to just shout, "God, hear me, hear my prayers, hear my cry for help." And so this reminds me how we can be honest with God. That's one of my favorite parts about the Psalms, is that we can be honest with God. And this shows in David's heart that he knows God is present, but he doesn't really feel that way at the beginning of this psalm. So he's expressing that and being honest with God and saying, "Hear my cry for help." He's asking God to hear him. And that's totally okay if you feel like he's distant. And the other verse that stood out to me was the beginning of verse 10. And it says, "Declare them guilty, O God. Declare the wicked guilty." And we know as Christians that God is fully aware of every situation that we are in. He is in complete control of everything. But it doesn't always feel that way. There are times when we want God to just declare certain people guilty, you know? And I really resonated with this part because there have been people who come in and out of my life over the course of my lifetime. And I can think of a few people that I just remember I had really difficult situations with, and they treated me poorly, and throughout and after the fact, I was asking God, just declare them guilty, because they are, after talking with my pastors and mentors, after seeking wise counsel, after talking to God, reading his word, just out of doing so much of that reflecting and then considering the situation, I was like, "God, it's so obvious that these people are guilty. Just bring justice to the situation already." And so that's why I really resonated with this, because we know God is in control. We know he's going to redeem the situation. We know he's going to bring justice in his own timing, but it doesn't always feel that way. And it's okay to express that to God. It's okay to beg him, declare them guilty if that's what's in your heart. And so that's what I want to challenge you with today. I encourage you to just be honest with God about your thoughts about people in your life, whether they're people who just bring you so much joy, that you are so fond of, that you're really close with, you get along so well. Tell God that you praise him for bringing those people into your life, because they bless your life so much and they're in your life for a reason. And also ask God, just tell him your thoughts about those people that you're not so fond of, because we all have those people that we're fond of and we're not. But those people that we're not fond of, even though it might not seem right that we express our frustrations about those people to God, trust me when I say that he wants to hear your honest heart. It's better to be honest with God than anything else. And so, believe me, once you're honest with God, it'll fill your soul so much. He'll fill you with his grace and his mercy. And I guarantee you'll feel so much better after just letting your honest heart out to God. And so I encourage you with that today. Be honest with God about people in your life. And thank you so much for joining me for today's devotional. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time.